Nice to have you with us. Later on, after the 10 o'clock news, Jim McGick's going to be with us to talk about something happening in the growing industry, if you will. Has to do with a bunch of pending actions on invasive species of plants, some of which you scratch your head about. We'll talk to Jim about that after the 10 o'clock news, Jim Begic. At 11 o'clock, we'll take a look at Rocket Grab Plus. But for this hour, we're going to spend time talking about the mustard seed shelter and some events coming up and people involved. And to join us this morning, we have with us, first of all, the executive director and head honcho and queen of the hill,
Wow.
Amy Rowe. Known her a long time.
That's quite an introduction. None of it is really, anyway.
Yeah, sure. And you brought someone with you this morning.
I
So
did.
why don't you tell us who you brought with you?
Yes, so we're very honored to have with us today Maria, who is serving as an intern at Mustard Seed right now. She is just in the final months of her master's degree in social work, and she's been with us since the summer of 2025. So welcome, Maria. Thank you.
Glad to have you here. You're under your bachelor's degree and your master's degree from
Saginaw Valley,
Saginaw Valley. But here's the kicker, folks. Where you from?
Ohio.
We got one.
Yeah.
Where in Ohio?
So I'm from like Youngstown area.
Youngstown area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'd be curious, what brought you to Saginaw?
It was really Saginaw Valley. I took a tour. I really liked the campus as well as financial aid. Compared looking in state and out of state, it was around the same.
At least you didn't go to Ohio State. And Amy, what's the role of an intern with Mustard Seed?
So it's very varied, yes.
That's good.
Yes. I think that our interns, we are able to offer them at Mustard Seed a really great opportunity to learn in the social work field. We talk about macro and micro opportunities, and Mustard Seed really provides both. And the event that we're going to talk about today certainly goes outside of anything clinical that someone might gain at Mustard Seed. And Maria has had the opportunity to learn about the fundraising portion of a nonprofit.
Yeah, they don't teach you that, do they?
No. Yeah.
And you have a master's in social work, too,
I do
right?
not. Nope.
You don't?
No.
Oh, I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope. I have a degree in sociology, which actually has served me very well.
Yeah.
It's the study of communities, and so that is exactly what I needed. And I mean, let's face it, the work is real life.
Okay, so
yeah.
before we get into this event,
Yeah.
give everybody an overview of the Mustard Seed Shelter, how it came about, what it does.
Yep. So Mustard Seed has been serving in our community for 31 years now. We're in our 31st year. We just celebrated our 30th anniversary with a wonderful celebration. Mustard Seed was started by Leona Sullivan, who in the early 1990s really saw and heard the call for the need for shelter for women who were on the brink of losing everything, on the brink of homelessness. And so Leona and a couple of her friends, Rosalie Regal Troster and Janine Collier, got together and purchased a home on the corner of Holland and Howard in Saginaw, and really just started welcoming people. And the whole Mustard Seed is all about community. So people walking alongside each other during some of their hardest times. So we serve currently 35 to 40 people at any given time. So we have 12 single women that stay with us and 7 moms with kids. So every day is truly a
You
blessing.
expanded past the one house, I assume, with all those people?
We did, yes. So from 1995, we were on the corner of Holland and Howard. In 2002, we moved to the corner of 6th and Cherry, into the former Sacred Heart Rectory there. And then in 2020, we completed an expansion, a 3,700 square foot expansion. And there's more to come, definitely more to be done. So
Any lack of demand for your services?
no.
That's the shame.
Yes, absolutely it is. We would like to work ourselves out of jobs someday, Dan and myself and all of the others of us that do this work.
And so, Maria, what's been your thoughts about Mustard Seed, having been there now for several months?
It's a really cool organization. When I moved up here from Ohio, I didn't really know much about the shelters. I knew about a couple, but the first time I had an interview with Amy and I took a tour, I got to see kind of just how amazing the Mustard Seed is and the services and the growth work that happens at the shelter.
And the fundraising part of it dove right in, huh?
I really kind of enjoy the fundraising aspect. That's something unique that I'm doing aside from my classmates, is I get to help be involved with fundraisers, and Amy has given me the opportunity to lead a fundraiser.
And tell us about that fundraiser.
So this year, for the first time in Saginaw, we are doing the Coldest Night of the Year, which is a nationwide fundraiser, which has 75 different locations across the U.S. So the Coldest Night of the Year is a 5K or 2K walk to raise awareness for individuals experiencing homelessness in the colder nights. So we will be doing this fundraiser at Hoyt Park on February 28th, starting at 4 p.m. So you can either gather a team. We're looking for sponsorships, volunteers, grabbing your coworkers. We have a website, CONY-Saginaw, where you can find more information, where you can pick donate to a team, click to join a team, or donate specifically to a team.
And you got a pretty specific goal, Amy, don't you?
We do. We set our goal at to $20,000 to raise for this event.
And, you know, in terms of funding of Mustard Seed, how is it all done?
So we are 98% privately funded. So we rely on individual contributions, some fundraising events, businesses, churches that support us, and we are very blessed that the Saginaw community has done that throughout the years. So
What's the other 2%? Is there a federal
so
grant in there?
Yes. So we receive from the City of Saginaw Community Block Grant Development money, so that it's $15,000 to $20,000 that we use directly to pay for utilities and food. With government funding, comes some strings from time to time.
Some?
Yeah. And we have found that the City of Saginaw and this program they're very good to work with, and we have a good relationship with the city for that funding. So not to say that we, don't look at it on a daily basis, right? Is the program good? I will say this, and I know we probably have to take a break here in a second, but we do, aside from our shelter program, we do have a federally funded program called Permanent Supportive Housing. So we do manage around $450,000 aside from Mustard Seed that supports about 37 households in their housing. So we run that right out of Mustard Seed, yes. So I rarely talk about that program just because.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, right. It's so we have our day-to-day operations, and then we have Irene, who is our permanent supportive housing coordinator, who manages and takes care of those 37 households who live in apartments and housing around Saginaw.
I doubt if very many people have ever heard of it. It's just a behind-the-scenes
it's so
thing going on.
I can talk a little bit about that. If
All right, well,
you know,
we'll take that break, and then
Yeah.
we'll come back and do
Yeah.
that and remind everybody, too, about the cold walk. We've been doing that a lot lately,
Yeah.
and this is going to change. Oh, today it might get up to freezing today. Wow. We'll take a break and be back with our guests after these notes. Hi, we're back with you in studio with me, Amy Rowe. She is the, what do they call you? Executive director? Is that
Amy.
Nah, you're not getting away with that.
My title is executive director.
Executive director of the Mustard Seed Shelter. And with her is Maria Costanzo, who is an Master of Social Work intern at the shelter right now, and heading up the coldest night of the year. I think we've already had those, but we're in for some more from what we're told. So, Maria, tell us how to sign up for it and what we expect from each team.
Yeah, so you can sign up. We have a specific website. If you go to CNOY/Saginaw, everything you can do online. So you can click join to join a team. You can join a team if so there's going to be like one team captain, someone that's kind of responsible, good at organizing, will have the momentum going. So that will be how you do it, as well as you can sign up to volunteer. And then it's kind of a pledge. You make a goal. So a team, for example, their goal might be $1,000, and you can get your friends, your company, other people in your life to help sponsor you.
It's all based on pledges then.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a goal for each team?
Each team makes their own goal. So, for example, one team, their goal is 500. My dad created a team, their goal is 1,500. And then our overall goal is to raise 20,000.
And how many teams?
Right now, we have 5 teams signed up, and we can have as many teams as.
There's no limit,
Yeah.
really, is there?
That's why we're here. We need more teams.
I knew that.
Some of your listeners or some of our listeners might remember the crop walk.
Yeah.
The crop walk was active here in Saginaw for many, many years. I recall that it was usually held on a Sunday afternoon in the fall, and lots
warmer.
Yes, yeah, lots and lots of churches came out around that, and I remember as a teenager doing the crop walk, as part of youth group or something like that. And we went around to our friends and family and said, hey, I'm doing this to raise money for hunger, was their cause. And people pledged. So we encourage your listeners to get their coworkers together. If you're a doctor's office, get your people. I was at a hair salon the other day talking with them because they're doing some collections for us, and they were all very interested in getting some teams together. So there's not a ton of things going on in February, although there's more and more every day in Saginaw.
There is, but still this is unique.
Yes, and so it's just an opportunity to come out for a couple of hours. The route will take the walkers either 1 or 3 times around Hoyt Park, which is 1 mile.
That was my next question.
Yep. So
there's will you be down on the field side, or you're up on the road side?
So we're going to be home base.
Road side, right?
Home base will be on the road side, and then the walkers will walk around.
Walk the drive.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So people can bring a mug of hot cocoa. They could put something in it if they wanted. No, it's
you heard it first. Here.
Yes. But no. And then we will serve soup and bread, a simple meal in the warming house after the walkers are
that's
done.
cool.
Yeah. So we are very grateful to the Friends of Hoyt Park, in particular Chico Ramos, who has welcomed us to be at Hoyt Park. When we met with him, he informed me that there is something going on every single weekend at Hoyt
Yep.
Park, which is amazing. And so
They're
they
doing a lot of pond hockey and all that.
yeah, the pond looks great. It's really big. It's kind of back to where it was back in the day.
Well, yeah, I've said, everybody's saying how cold it is. And to me, this reminds me of the winters that were here when I got here.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the 70s, winters were like this.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, this may even be a little worse because the sub-zero and cold temperatures have been longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this is what winter was in Michigan.
Right. And so, to your point about cold weather, the purpose of this event is to really bring attention to the issue of homelessness. There are people in our community who are living on the streets in these bitter, bitter cold temperatures. Whether it was back in the 70s or now, it's real. And so this is an opportunity for people to come out and say, we care. And we'll have some students from local high schools with just some statistics, and they're sobering statistics. So we'll also have information about our shelters here in town and how people can help. So
You've been at this a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Any surprises?
I would say the only surprise is that our community, I think, in the past couple of years, there are many people who are saying we want this to, what can we really do about it? We don't want this in our community. And so there are lots of people popping up, and it's a very pleasant surprise that people are popping up to help.
I'm glad you said it that way because I've been asked, since I'm an outsider. I came here in 1974.
Call yourself what you want, Art.
All right.
Yeah.
But I've been here since 74.
Yeah.
And the surprise to me, which is a wonderful surprise, is how philanthropic and how generous and giving the people of this area are, from all kinds of cultures, all kinds of groups. There's a goodness here.
Yes.
The people here really come out and support when the need is there.
Yeah.
We for, 15, 16 more years now, we've done a radiothon for Dan for the mission. And this year, the numbers blew everything away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it just it's one of the things that keeps you here,
Mm-hmm. For sure.
People. It's all about people. Those that can help and those who have the need.
Yes. I like to say this about Saginaw, and I think anybody will say this, but and let's talk about who this is for, the people who are hurting, right? So when a guest comes to Mustard Seed or to the Rescue Mission or to any of our other shelters, I think that we all do a fine job of building that person up, pairing them with people in the community who care, and really helping them discover what their role is in Saginaw, right? So let's just say this for a moment. Saginaw wakes up every morning, right? And Art comes to the radio station. Amy goes to Mustard Seed. Jimmy goes to the Spirit. So Dick goes to, everybody goes to their place. The doctors go to the hospitals and the nurses, right? And we make life happen. The people who are experiencing homelessness, our hope is that one day they will wake up and say, I'm going to go do my job in Saginaw because I'm part of this community.
Hope is an interesting word, and
Yeah.
I noticed Dan's used it a lot too.
Yeah.
I hope they get hope. Does that make sense?
Yes. 100. Yep.
Really, when you think about it, because that's the goal. The goal is to make them contributing members of society so they have great lives, satisfy whatever internal needs they have. It's all based on hope.
100%. Yep.
And it takes effort. It doesn't just happen, does it?
No. Right.
It takes caring people to make it happen.
Yep. And lots of love.
And, you know, and Maria sits here as a master's candidate in social work. Where would we be without the young people who take that into their scope of what life is about and pursue those kinds of degrees? What made you do that, Maria?
Social work for me, when I entered my BSW, is really about wanting to make an impact. And the more that I've gone into my master's program, just looking at the systems that are in place, and how I can be a change, how I can change some of those systems that are currently in place, specifically the homeless community. And I really learned about Saginaw and with the unhoused population is how it's very community-based, how it's discussed. The homeless shelters, they're all working together to better the lives of the people that they serve.
Was there social work in your family history?
No.
So you're it.
Mm-hmm.
You're the first. Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Take a break and be back. We'll talk more about the mustard seed and about the coldest night of the year walk when we return. But speaking of cold, do you know in the winter there are tires designed for better traction in the winter snow and ice? And those are winter tires, and they are made differently than your all-season tires. And you can find out more about it if you stop out to Quick Lane Freeland, where all of their tires are sold at just $5 over cost. But if you want to know the difference between the winter tire and your all-season tire, I've asked John from Quick Lane Freeland to tell us.
Hello, Art. Yes, winter tires are made with a pliable rubber compound that includes silica to stay flexible and maintain grip in freezing temperatures. Unlike harder all-season tires, which stiffen and lose traction in the cold, this flexible compound allows the tire to better conform to the road surface, providing superior grip and traction on snow and ice to keep you safe.
Thanks, John. Stop out, visit them, have them check your tires, have them check your cooling system. As a matter of fact, Quick Lane Freeland is where you go for all of your routine maintenance, from oil changes on up. And, of course, it's part of the McDonald Ford complex. While you're there, take a look at all the new Ford products from Ford and McDonald Ford, as well as their pre-existing vehicle lot. It all happens right there in Freeland, McDonald Ford and Quick Lane Freeland. Two names standing ready to help you with your auto needs in 2026.
We asked Dow Credit Union members.
Driving our guests to and from appointments, to job interviews, to dental appointments. There's the opportunity for, if I can use the term, befriending someone, right? Becoming a friend to someone. There are so many relationships here in Saginaw that started at Mustard Seed. So people who will meet one of our guests, whether it's a mom with kids or a single woman, and just kind of journey with them as they heal. And so there's those opportunities. There's opportunities to come and cook. Organizing at the shelter. We are very blessed to have, donations that come in that need to be organized, from hygiene supplies to cleaning supplies to bedding to you name it. People come to Mustard Seed and they're like, wow. I mean, it's quite amazing, the organization that we have. So
let me ask Maria, what was your first reaction when you got to Mustard Seed? What was your reaction to it?
I didn't realize how big it was inside, and first it's such a nice space. Looking at the family side and the single woman side, I wasn't expecting what I was walking into. It's a very nice space, kept up well.
Did you get to talk to some of the residents?
Yeah, I spend quite a bit of time talking to guests. I take quite a bit of guests to doctor's appointments, job interviews, and that drive time, you really get to know guests. You get to hear their stories and get to learn a bit about them, and you get to build that connection. And I've been able to see that grow over my time at Mustard Seed.
Maria, tell the listeners about Naya and her GED.
Yeah, so one of the guests at the shelter, I believe it was August or September, I helped her set up, start for a GED program. We got signed up, and then over these past couple months, I've been helping her study for the GED and helping her the process of the GED. So we're on the language arts section. So she'll come in the conference room and we'll spend an hour or two just going over questions. And I built that connection starting from taking her on rides in September to us having a closer connection now. It's been really cool to see that connection grow over these past couple months.
What's the average stay?
The average stay, I would say, is like I used to say 3 to 6 months, but now it's more like 6 months to 9 months or a year. Housing is an issue in Saginaw. We all know that, affordable housing. And so it is harder and harder each day to find affordable housing. So as administrations change and as things change, programs change and funding changes, jobs are, so 6 months to a year, I would say. But some people come and they just need 1 month to save up money for a security deposit. Some people come and they're not ready to get better. That's not the case most of the time.
Everybody's different.
Yes, yeah. So,
all right, we'll take another last break. Come back, finish up with our guests. Remind you again about the coldest night of the year walk. All ahead.
Pat's Food Center in Freeland is firing up.
With you in studio, Amy Rowe, Executive Director of Mustard Seed Shelter, and Maria Costanzo, who is a candidate for Masters in Social Work at Saginaw Valley State University and interning at the Mustard Seed, and she is in charge of the coldest night of the year. Isn't that a nice thing to say?
Yeah.
She's in charge of you being cold, folks. One of the things with the coldest night walk, and I just noticed it, is a toke bonus. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So if you're under 17 and you raise $75, or if you're an adult and you raise $150, you get a toque, or known as a beanie, which is
it's more than
cool.
Just a beanie. That's a nice hat with a pom pom on top, and
yeah, it's
a nice looking one
hat.
Actually, blue and yellow. And again, let's tell everybody how to sign up.
I'll bring that home. So you can sign up by visiting a website. It's CNOY, which stands for coldest night of the year.com/Saginaw. And when you go to that website, you will see, it's super easy. You can sign up as an individual, sign up as a team, set a goal. And there is also information on the Mustard Seed website, which is themustardseedshelter.org. Also, if you are on Facebook, the Mustard Seeds Facebook has the information, and everything is connected to a link that you can just go on. So I really would like to encourage people to come out. Even if you're not walking, come on out, spend some time at Hoyt Park. Bring your kids, go down the sledding hill at your own risk. It just promises to be a fun few hours, really, at Hoyt Park, February 28th, beginning
now,
at 4.
long-distance forecasts aren't all that good.
You're right.
But right now, anyway, the one I looked at, the 28th of February will be 28 degrees.
Sweet! Excellent. I love it. That's perfect.
February is going to be a sub-freezing month again. There's a few days where it hits 40, only a couple, but all the temperatures look like they're in the 20s in February. So
I think I'll take a week and go to Florida.
Yeah,
I really am.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
I had thought about it, but I'm not going.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to find out the needs of the Mustard Seed Shelter so they can donate goods or money or what have you, what should they do?
Yep. Again, Facebook is Mustard Seed Shelter, and then our website is themustardseedshelter.org, and you can find everything there. And I can't encourage folks enough to reach out. give me a call and come and have a tour. As Maria said, when you come in, maybe it's not what you expected. Sometimes I think we have a picture of a shelter from the movies or something like that. And,
yeah.
And
we also have visions of what we think